Did you actually lose? He lost? Or did he let her win? Hey everyone, my name is Mimi and welcome to my channel. And today I'm going to be reacting to Classroom of the Elite, Season 3, Episode 11. There is only one rule in love: bring happiness to those you love. Last episode, Ayanokoji is getting ready. Their class are getting ready for this exam that's coming up, for this test, for this duel. And Ayanokoji decided to teach Horikita chess because that's gonna be one of the subjects. Um and they're doing it in secret so that no one knows. And then at the end of the episode there, Ryuan shows up with all the other captains and all of that, and I'm like, okay, what happened to the captain of their class, like the original one? Why is he there? I don't know. I'm excited for this. So, before we get into this episode, if you guys like my reaction, please give it a thumbs up, please subscribe, and please consider supporting me on Patreon at patreon.com/feelingmini. And now let's start this episode, and here we go. Hirata too. I forgot about to talk about him. He got therapy. Well, Koji, and now he's back to being his old self. So yeah, let's go.
Okay guys, in case the reaction gets blocked and I had to cut out the reaction itself, you can just look in the pinned comment in the comment section where for the link to the reaction highlight itself, so you can just click on it, watch it, and then you just come back for my review.
Oh, on n'y a que là un sentiment, c'est de faire le bonheur de ceux qu'on aime. Oh. What? Is this a backstory? Okay. I guess they're showing us where their rivalry, I guess, started. Or more importantly, where her interest in him started. Also, this is the room that they went into. Okay. What was it? Lottery? Oh, I was it. How is lottery an exam test or whatever, a subject? I wonder if they're gonna have any kind of substitution. Oh, they're watching it on the screen. Okay. Calm down.
いかに技術が優れていても心が未熟であれば。未熟？それはいつの情報だ？単細胞が。
Did Horikita have a talk with him? His face, people.
タイピング技能対決。また C クラスの選択種目ですか。
English test. I'm assuming that one's class A class? Math. Archery.
次の種目の抽選次第では。
それでは次の対戦種目は
Chess. Mental math.
これは絶対に落とすわけには。
Is it gonna put Katsuragi in there?
タミヤエミさん、そして桂木浩平くん。
Is it two of them?
松下千秋と高円寺六助。
高円寺くんが真面目にやらずとも松下さんでカバーする作戦ですね。いやいや、あんなの無理でしょ。時間短すぎ。
高円寺の野郎
Not doing anything.
司令塔が回答を指示できる。
私は10問目を答えますが、綾小路くんは？
俺も同じだ。
最後の問題の答えは
He knows it.
7619だろ。
これは驚きです。
Huh.
得点1位は桂木浩平。
桂木くんにはあらかじめ伝えておきました。もし裏切れば A クラスで懸命に頑張っている生徒を退学させると。もあれこれで3勝3敗。
追いついたのになぜ浮かない顔をしてるんだ。
とは。
7戦目最終戦の種目を発表する。
We know who that. What's that exactly? I knew. I knew it was gonna be there.
あいにくと俺はチェスが得意なんだ。
それは奇遇ですね。
It's mine as well.
けど僕はあの子がかわいそうに思えて仕方ないんだ。からこの施設で過ごしている。両親の愛情も人肌のぬくもりも知らず。
They told me it was gonna be him.
チェスを覚えて数ヶ月だからさ、手加減してくれよ。
おあいにくさま。なぜかしら負ける気がしない。
We'll see. I think so too, but oh, there may be some kind of twist.
Ayanokojiについて聞いてもいいか。これは無人島の一件から裏で暗躍していたのはAyanokojiじゃないかと思ってるんだ。
あなたが何を言っているのかわからないわ。
そうか？動揺してるように見えるけどな。
話をしている余裕があなたにあるかしら。そろそろ介入させてもらいます。こんなに実力差があるなんて。参入なされないのですか？勝ちに行かせてもらいますよ。
Is he trying to teach her in this particular moment?
潮時か。
これでやっと私たちの勝負になりましたね。
Oh man, it's about to be over. Is it about to be over? You know when you said, okay, good. I was worried that, sister music came in, kicked in.
前になってしまったら、それは不幸の始まりでしかないと思うんだ。
Yep.
私がそれを打ち砕いてみせます。 本当に見事です、綾小路くん。ですが、これで終わりです。
What move do you have left, Ayanokoji?
負けたくない。私にはできない。坂柳さんを超えるような一手を打つことは確かにいないの。今の一手は常人には到底たどり着けない領域で
I have no idea what those play means.
にも勝つべき理由があります。な施設の存在など無意味であると、真に優れた DNA を受け継ぐ私が証明してみせましょう。あなたには伝えなければならないことが。チェック。
Did you actually lose? He lost? Or did he let her win? I feel like he let her win. I'm gonna say he let her win because he said that if he actually wanted to, no one can win against him. Okay, so I refuse to believe that he lost just because.
の最後の一手、あなたは本当に最善を考えて打ったのですか？
I don't know what move he made, but I knew it was on purpose.
残酷な人ですね、綾小路君。
Ugh.
素直に教えて差し上げたらよろしいのに。勝っていたのは綾小路君だったのですから。
まさか私たちの試験に強制介入した。堀北さんに伝える結果をねじ曲げて。
Kidding me?
なぜそのことを告発しなかったのですか？
あなたがいけないのですよ。綾小路君にプロテクトポイントなどというものを与えたばかりに。
挑発がお上手ですね。この代償は高くつきますよ。
子供風情が。
I feel like Sakayanagi just left a bitter taste in my mouth. Okay, after credit. 'Cause it's like, well, now we know that Ayanokoji would have won, but this dude interfered, so. Ugh. Oh, they're actually having a chess match between them
さす
two.
がですね、綾小路くん。私の負けです。
1対1の種目に絞って直接俺と競うこともできたはずだ。
綾小路くんの実力を周囲に知られてしまうことは避けたかった。
Makes sense.
あなたは紛れもなく天才であるということが決して偽物などではなかった。
Oh yeah, she said something about him being a fake something or other.
俺を
あれ以来、私はチェスをたしなむようになりました。私はあなたのことが知りたくて仕方がないんです。
謝罪？
先ほど1対1を避けた理由をお話ししましたが、あれは嘘です。
Okay.
秒でも長く綾小路くんと一緒の空間。
Aww.
人は触れ合うことで温かさを知ることができる。
Since he was so devoid of warmth during his childhood and
人
everything.
肌のぬくもりも決して悪いものではありません。覚えておいてください。
Oh, Sakayanagi.
私からのメッセージです。
Aww. And then his face.
さあ、帰りましょう。
Ay, ay, ay. Okay. So I guess I should have went back and looked at rewatched, I guess, that scene where when they were trying to make their deal, like the conditions of the deal and whatnot, like what was gonna happen if someone did lost or whatever. Because now I'm not sure. Is anybody leaving the school? Or is it that okay, we know between you and me, I'm the strongest, so and then that's it. I'm like, I don't know. What the heck? I don't even think I wrote anything down concerning that. That. Oh well. Either way, in the eyes of the school, class A won. But in our hearts, we know that class C won. Oh yeah, yeah. What the heck? I don't know how they're gonna deal with this chairman. Because if you are if what is supposed to be sort of like an impartial exam test or whatever, and then you are manipulating things, like, okay, if I'm taking a test and I'm trying to achieve a goal, I'm trying to pass a test, and then I do the best that I can, and I pass or I fail, and then it turns out that what I thought I wrote or whatever, someone changed it in order to give me whether a passing grade or a failing grade. It's like, what's the point? I don't like it. I don't like it. How do you guard against that in the future? So now Ayanokoji is now gonna have to be thinking even more ahead, like in case uh an exam, maybe even some with that, I don't know, like in case an exam, in this particular case they were using a computer, so they sort of like um intercepted the transmission or whatever and changed it. So now if they're about to take a computer test, some kind of computer test, then Ayanokoji should have someone like keeping track. How do you guard against that? you know if these people can just change what you wrote down or chose or whatever any any way they want, then how I'm frustrated. They started the episode by showing us this flashback of Ayanokoji in the white room and Sakayanagi as well in the white room, and Ayanokoji clearly is his father's son. He was born a genius, I guess. And now we know that the true purpose, I guess, of this white room is to turn someone that was not born a genius into a genius, basically. That's the main goal of this white room. And but Ayanokoji himself is like, probably because he's his father's son, his brain is already sort of like wired a certain way, so he's able to pick things up um easily, I guess, and learn things quickly and all of that. So he was born a genius, I guess. And then he goes through the white rooms environment and all that. So his genius was basically sort of elevated to another level. So while he was there playing chess, you had Sakayanagi and her father showing up and watching Ayanokoji there, and the father felt sorry for him because he's like, ever since he was a child, he's been in that room, so he has been devoid of any kind of warmth or love from his parents. I don't even know if, like, what happened to the mother. And we don't know nothing about the mother, but when it comes to the father, there's no kind of warmth coming from him. So he's been in that cold white room ever since he was, I'm guessing, a baby or old enough to be in there. So it's like he doesn't know that. That's why he's always sort of like cold and calculating and all of that. He didn't have a parent's warmth. And Sakanagi's father was telling her that should this experiment that the father is conducting, should it succeed, it will just be a bad thing for their society, for children in general. And I'm like, yeah, you're just gonna be creating emotionless robots, I guess. Yes, their um what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know, their capacity to do things is gonna be elevated, they're gonna be great at doing things, but they're just gonna be emotionless, cold people, which is not a good thing. And Sakanagi's goal is to stop that from happening. But like on the grander scheme of things, that's what she wants, not to have those kind of um experiments being conducted, have the experiment fail and have that not continue, I guess. But on a personal level, she wanted to give him warmth. Basically, that's what I got from it. He wanted him to, yeah, to feel a human's warmth. He's been devoid of that his whole life, and he haven't seen him play chess, and she could tell she was impressed with him and how talented he was. So just seeing him so concentrated and playing chess against these adults, and she just wanted to learn and wanted to become, I guess, his friend. Yeah, and play chess with him, I guess, and spread her warmth to him, I guess. I don't know, but either way, she lost. She lost. I was asking myself last episode, what room are they going into? Because I didn't get it. They said the captain's meeting room or something or other, and then both of the classes facing each other went to different rooms. And I'm like, okay, what room are they going into? Turns out that they were going into this room that were set up where the captains had their chairs, and then you have two teachers, I guess, behind them, and you have a screen. They have a screen in front of them, and then they both classes on the outside, I guess, are participating in all the different subjects, and with each subject having its role, and then whether the captain can do something or not. And so when each subject comes up, they're there on the screen watching things happen. If they can intervene, if they can intervene in the exam, do something, they're going to. If they're not, then they're just gonna let the thing play out, and that's it. So I'm not gonna remember everything. One basketball was one of them. At first, they didn't have sudo in there, and the rule is that they could sub in anyone that they wanted, you know, at one point in the game. And seeing the way things were played, the way things were being easy, I guess, on Class C, what's it called? Nokoji noticed that, and then he's like, okay, I'm gonna sub in Sudo. And then Sudo went in, and then they were trying to provoke him and make him lose his temper like he usually does. And that's what Sakayanagi was thinking, that you just provoke him a little bit, and then he's just gonna lose his senses, and we're gonna win like that. They had one player on their team that was super strong, but was acting like he was weak, I guess, was holding himself back. And then when Sudo came in, he just like brought up his full potential, I guess, and then started mocking Sudo, and to try to destabilize him, but it didn't work. They won that subject. They won that match. Mental math was one of them, and they brought in Katsuragi, another person. I guess those the two that are strong in their class when it comes to mental math. And then from outside of things, they brought in Koenji and this girl. I don't think they've ever mentioned her name before, or I haven't noticed her before. This is the first time I'm noticing her. And the role is that whichever, not the winner is going to be whoever has the most points, I guess, in this mental math. And Koenji was not doing anything. He was just there. Everybody else was doing their mental math. And they're like, the captain can answer one question. When it came to the last question, I think it was so fast that not everyone was able to get it. And then the captains were like, okay, we're going to answer these. And as they were writing their answers down, Koenji just like spoke up and he's like, well, the answer is this. Meaning, he was right. So it means that he's awesome at mental math. He just decided not to do it. He just didn't care about participating. Had he participated, we probably would have won. But he's like, I don't care about this, but I'm gonna show you that I know how to do this, but I just don't care. And he showed them, and you see the girl's reaction. I'm guessing they probably showed it, but I'm guessing she didn't get that particular answer question. She didn't get the answer to that. And the fact that Kowenji, who was not even participating, was able to get it, she had a reaction to that. So I'm wondering if we're gonna be seeing something come from that, from her, in the future. But yeah, Kowenji, man, he clearly is talented. He just, I wonder if there's gonna be a point where he actually decides to showcase his talents. I don't know. We'll see. What other? I believe they had English. They had math. Um, archery. Was there something else? I don't know. And then came the chess match. And the chess match was between Horikita and Hashimoto. Now I knew that it was gonna be him. That was gonna be the one playing the chess match since he was her second in command. And as they were there, Hashimoto was trying to ask Horikita questions about Ayanokoji, wanting to know if Ayanokoji was the real mastermind. And Horikita didn't say anything. And as they were playing against each other, she made a move that basically sort of like surprised or shocked Hashimoto a little bit. And she's like, do you really want to spend this time talking or do you want to focus on this game? You know? So, seeing that, Sakayanagi decided to step in because the chess game, they said that the captain can give, not advice. I don't know. I guess they can interfere. They can tell the person that's playing what to do for like 30 minutes or something or other. So Sakayanagi started earlier, and when she started, Horikita just like, saw the difference between her skill level and Sakayanagi's skill level. You know, both her and Mashimoto. Because at one point, uh, no, Horikita, and we also jumped in. Horikita's like, "Ah, please, I don't want to lose against her. Please, Ayanokoji, do something." And then that's when he jumped in. He's like, okay, I guess it's about time. And then that's when he jumped in there. And they were facing each other, facing each other, and facing each other. And then they were doing some moves. And I'm like, I don't get the chess game. And I'm guessing whatever moves you're making is amazing. And then came the sort of like the final move, I guess. Time was running out. And then he gave the rule, the move, I guess, to Horikita. And she did it. But then Sakayanagi won. And I'm like, huh? I was thinking if she won, it's probably because Ayanokoji let her win. I just didn't know for what particular purpose he would let her win. But then, turns out that it's the chairman that interfered in their match. And yeah, because of that, they decided to basically replay their match face to face and like follow the moves the way it was originally done, and then the move that Ayanokoji actually told Horikita to do, but then that was intercepted and changed. He made that move, and he won the game in real life. So yeah, and then Ayanokoji asked Sakayanagi, "Why did you like from the test?" From the subjects that you've picked, why was there not like a one-on-one thing that so that we can sort of like face each other like that? And she's like, she was trying to protect him from people knowing that he's this genius, I guess. He was trying to protect her, she was trying to protect him. But then when they were outside walking, she's like, I actually lied. The reason why I did that is because she wanted to spend as much time with him in person as possible or something or other. And then held onto his hand and was trying to give him warmth, and Okoji's face still like blank. It's like, I don't know what you're doing. Poor him, man. Like, it's always amazing when you see his intelligence when he lays traps for people. You think you have him, but then you don't. It's always amazing when he does stuff like that, but then you see the other side of things, that he's this person that's just devoid of human emotion, you know, which is sad. And I guess Sakayanagi wanted to give him that a little bit, but even with that, he was just like looking at her like, okay, like, I don't get what you're doing. Okay. So it's like, I don't know. I feel sad for him, you know. Like I was lucky that I had my parents, that I have my parents. Even now they're still alive, so I know they love me. I felt the love throughout all my life. And then for him to just be this person, yes, his father is alive, but it's like he's basically sort of like a stranger. There's no kind of emotion between them two. I don't know. So it's like he well, it's sad. It is sad. Now, what's the result of this thing? Yes, Ayanokoji won between them two. Class C loses in the school. So, what are gonna be the consequences of that? Like I said, I don't remember what the rules of the bet were. I feel like Sakayanagi said that if she lost, that she would leave the school voluntarily or something. And I'm guessing the same. It was the same for Ayanokoji. So is Sakayanagi leaving the school or not? Oh, during the mental math, um, at first, Katsuragi said that he could help our class if he was among the people chosen for the um mental math. That he was gonna help them, I guess, by faking faking wrong answers or something or other. He wasn't gonna give it his all. But then Sakayanagi said that he basically threatened him that should he not give his all, that she was gonna have like a student that's really deserving of being there, that gives it their all to everything, have them be expelled. And with Katsuragi being someone that's all about justice, I guess, he couldn't let that happen. So he gave it his all. And yeah. I don't know. Last episode, will she still be there? Who knows? And then I wonder who's gonna be the winner of Class D and Class B's challenge. I guess face to face versus What's gonna be the result of that? I don't know. But we'll see. Thank you guys for watching. And if you like this reaction, please give it a thumbs up, please subscribe. And if you want to see my reaction to the next episode, the link is going to be in the pinned comment. So you can just click on it and you can watch it right now. And you can also catch up with all my previous Classroom of the Elite reactions. I was just looking at the screen and it says Classroom of the Elite, 4th season, 2nd year, 1st semester. I'm like, what? And then I'm looking at 2 characters. They're showing 2 characters that I have no clue who they are. I'm seeing one that has yellow hair that has some kind of bow thing or behind her hair or whatever. That sort of look a little bit like Sakayanagi. But is it her? I don't think so. And the person, oh no, and the person on the right clearly is not Ayanokoji because Ayanokoji does not smile like that. I don't know. So I guess the 4th season is out. Yay. I won't have to wait too long. No, I won't have to wait to get into it, I guess. Thank you guys for watching and I will see you next time. Bye.